Welcome back. First off, my last video blew up. I want to thank you guys so much for the support. I also want to thank Błażej for shouting out my channel. If you didn't come from his channel, then subscribe to him and check out his videos. If you don't understand Polish, then download Duolingo and then check out his videos. Thank you so much for the support. Let's start off with this video. This is the railway line 509. This is an electrified dual-track line. It opened in 1951 and was electrified on the 25th of May 1963. I should have invited y'all to the 61st anniversary of the electrification of the 509 railway line. That party was fire. I guess I can invite y'all to the next one. The railway line emerges from line 20 at the east side of Warszawa Gdańska and connects to line 19 at the east side of Warszawa Gołąbki. Line 20 also ends there. So, if you forget about this section of line 20 and line 509 start and end in the same place. But the journey there is a bit different. If you ask a Varsovian, he would call this line, oh yeah, that's the useful line and that's the useless line. And he would be somewhat correct. Line 509 is almost completely used by freight trains and has a total of 1 passenger station. I implied that because there is another station not for passengers, which we will talk about later. This is the first and only passenger station on this line, Warszawa Gdańska. Well, technically, only this platform, platform 5, is on line 509. The other platforms are on line 20. This railway line is dual track, but only the westbound track has a platform. The eastbound track doesn't. The reason why they did this is because there is no space. So, eastbound passenger trains have to switch tracks to the westbound track.
Wschodnia do stacji Łódź Fabryczna, przez stację Żyrardów, Skierniewice, Koluszki.
This platform is used for intercity trains that go to the 509 line. Here's one example. This train goes from Warszawa Wschodnia to Łódź Fabryczna. Finally, that train is gone. Oh look, another one arrived. Great, I don't care anymore. This platform is the newest in the station, as you can probably see. It opened 7 months ago, in December 2023. I am at the Aleja Jana Pawła II Viaduct. It's located on the west side of Warszawa Gdańska. There are 7 tracks. The 2 tracks on the right are on line 20 and they aren't important. The 5 tracks on the left are on line 509. Tracks 1, 4 and 5 are side tracks. Tracks 2 and 3 are the main 509 line tracks. Further down, you might be able to see 2 side tracks on line 20. Seems like a place where KM trains can stay after terminating at Warszawa Gdańska. This is also where the kolej Połczyńska junction was located. We might talk about that old line in a video about lost railways. Unfortunately, pretty much all of the old tracks were either stolen or removed. This is the station Warszawa Powązki, named after the Powązki cemetery. around 300 meters away from the station. This station was originally supposed to be called Warszawa Powązkowska, named after the Powązkowska Street, which is named after the Powązki Cemetery. Weird. There are 2 edge platforms only on the line 20 tracks. Over here is line 509. No platforms over here. On the other side, you can see where the side tracks at Warszawa Gdańska end and reconnect to the main tracks. This foot viaduct is really cool. It gives the people living in this neighborhood quick access to the station, and it gives me a good place to record line 509. Now I'm at the Powązkowska Street, or viaduct, where you can see the connection between line 20 and line 509. You might ask, why? There's a connector of Warszawa Gdańska. Well, if a local train wants to go to line 509, but also wants to stop at Warszawa Powązki, a station that's only on line 20, then the train needs to use a connector after Warszawa Powązki, which is here. You might have been asking earlier, why did you take the elevator? Are you lazy? Are you paralyzed? Well, no. I brought my bike with me. Here's why. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no bus here. I'm not saying I couldn't get from Warszawa Powązki to the next place by bus, but when I found out it would take 20 minutes, I said, screw it, I'm getting my bike, and the bike did save a lot of my time. This is the street Jana Ostroroga. Translates to sharp corner. I'm serious. Over here, you can see where the line 20 and line 509 go their separate ways. This is a crazy 5-track level crossing, but not as much as in Rondo Grandzowa, a whopping 6. At least there are boom barriers here. Hold up, breaking news. Right next to Warszawa Olszynka-Grochowska, there's a level crossing with 10 tracks. That's incredible and totally safe. Okay, let's get back to this level crossing. Wait, why are there 5 tracks? In Warszawa Powązki there was 4. A 5th non-electrified track emerged 100 meters away from this level crossing. The unelectrified track connects with the tram traction power plant, which is also a depot for all trams, which connects with the Warsaw trams at the tram stop PKP Koło. So technically, any tram in Warsaw can go to PKP Koło, go to the traction plant, connect to a diesel locomotive, then use this connector to this spur here, switch directions, and go to the heavy rail tracks. Crazy. You can see these tracks more clearly here at this viaduct. This road is called Aleja Prymasa Tysiąclecia. It's really loud. There are plans to build a couple of stations on this railway line for local trains. This is where one of several stations might be located. This station might be called Warszawa Prymasa Tysiąclecia, named after this road, or Warszawa Lasek na Kole, named after this bus stop, which is named after the neighborhood Lasek na Kole. I'm pretty sure this is what's called yourself for views. This is the road and tram viaduct Dywizjonu 303. As you can see, now the line's a simple dual track line, but it won't be for long. Over here there are a lot of allotment gardens, or in Polish, ogrody działkowe. If you don't know what any of that means, pretty much something like this. A fenced off village. in the capital city of Poland. If you still live in an allotment garden in Warsaw in 2024, I'm coming after you. No fence is ever gonna stop me. Where was I? There are 6 allotment gardens here. Koło 1, Motoprojekt, Prymułka, Piłsudskiej, Koło 2, and Płaskowickiej. Remember where we were in the last part of the video? No, before that one. Yeah, that one. After the line split, you can see on the west side of line 20 some houses. Yep, that's an allotment garden. It's called Watacha and Syrenka. Between the tram traction plan and railway line, there's only enough space to fit one house horizontally. The allotment gardens end before the Obozowa Road. This tram line is next to the tram loop Koło. Well, I say next, it's actually 350 meters away. In the other direction, the tram line splits in direction of either Boernerowo, I have to make a video about that tram loop, or Nowe Bemowo. Another viaduct, this time the Górczewska Viaduct. 300 meters away from the station is the metro station Ulrychów, which is what most likely this future station will be named after. Transfer to the M2 line? What is this station? Warszawa Młynów? Pretty much, except that the transfer in Warszawa Młynów is much shorter. You can see this track going west instead of east. Where is it going? It's going to the depot station Radiowo. This is a non-electrified single-track line from Warszawa Jelonki here to Radiowo, also known as Railway Line 938. The speed limit for this line is 20 kilometers per hour, slower than me on the bike, or pretty much everything except walking. This is a freight-only railway line. Well, more like a nothing railway line, because I'm pretty sure this line is abandoned. What's weird is that on line 938, the station Radiowo is a freight station, because the entire line is freight only. Yeah, that makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is that Radiowo has a station building.
Okay, this is proof I took my bike everywhere. Well, almost. I took a bus near the end because of strong winds. At this point of the journey, I could either go right to a small street where Google Maps told me to go, or straight through a shady path. Looking at a map, I thought, hey, it would save me some time. So I took the shady path. That was a big mistake. Yup, a dead end. Wouldn't be that bad if the path wasn't overgrown as hell. You couldn't see it in the video, but my legs touched every single thing. I was genuinely checking my legs for any bugs. They should have put a sign in the beginning that said, hey, this path doesn't connect to the street, don't go here unless you want to sell crack. You will not believe the obscenities I said when I found out I have to go through the shady path again.
Now I have to go back. Mother. Should've just listened to Google. This is the only freight station on this line. Warszawa Jelonki. Forgot to mention, most railway lines in Poland are cut up into sections. That includes this railway line. Up until now, we were in section B of the railway line, between Warszawa Jelonki and Warszawa Gdańska. Now, we are in section A, Warszawa Jelonki to Warszawa Gołąbki. You can also slightly see the station in the Górczewska Viaduct, but I prefer seeing it more close up. Over here is the signal box for this station. Look, it says Warszawa Jelonki on it. Over here, it looks like the freight station has 4 tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you would be mistaken. If you look further up north, you can see that the freight station has actually 6 tracks instead of 4. The left 2 tracks are the main tracks. The 2 middle tracks are the side tracks for freight trains, and the 2 right tracks are abandoned, I think. This freight station is located in the district of Wola, but it takes the name from a neighborhood in Bemowo. Right here is where the future passenger station, Warszawa Jelonki, might be built. And the platforms will be on opposite sides of this level crossing, just like in Warszawa Mokry Łuk. And Warszawa Wesoła. Oh, yeah, and Warszawa Wola Grzybowska.
This ride was much better, you can say. The dirt path is way wider. I had no idea this forest existed up until now. Hold up, that's the exact same thing I said earlier here. When I saw this place, I felt like Columbus. Oh my, a new civilization! Anyways, back to this ride. Over here, I had to either cross through an unprotected tram line or take a crosswalk 50 meters away. You already know which one I chose.
This is the Połczyńska road and tram viaduct, where the future station Warszawa will be located. Yeah, I can't really say the name of this station. Not because it's a bad word, just because there are many different names for this station. There are 4 tram stops within 500 meters of this future station, and all of them have equally important names. There's Parkuj i jedź Połczyńska, a park and ride. There's Ciepłownia Wola, the Wola heating plant, and in the other direction, there's Fort Wola, a massive shopping mall, and Cmentarz Wolski, an important bus and tram loop really close to the shopping mall. Put your opinion on what this station should be called in the comments. I think it should be named after the shopping mall. So, Warszawa Fort Wola.
I couldn't record this future passenger station because simply there's no place to record this station. Over here is the Dźwigowa Street Tunnel. Why did they have to make a tunnel here? Not many trains run here. Also, the traffic doesn't really justify building a tunnel? The answer is simple. Safety. If there was a level crossing here, it would have to intersect with 23 tracks. At a level crossing. The reason why there's so many tracks is because the road runs through the Warsaw main freight station, not passenger station. So of course there will be a lot of tracks here. Look how big this freight station is. 240 meters wide and 860 meters long. Crazy. If they do build a station here, it will be around 850 meters away from the last station. And since this future station is located next to a freight station, there aren't any houses within walking distance. At least over here, the westbound and eastbound tracks are separated by 7 meters, so they wouldn't have to rebuild a track here to make space for an island platform. They did the same thing in Warszawa Grochów. This isn't the only place where the tracks are separated just enough that building an island platform is possible. Look over here at Warszawa Górka and Warszawa Dudziarska. I don't think demand is high enough to build a station here. Next station, please. Where's the next station?
I put my backpack on because it's so windy. If I left it on the floor, it would just fly away. This is the Aleja 4 Czerwca 1989 roku viaduct. This should have been a tunnel like the last one. Anyways, on the left side is line 509. In the middle, there are some side tracks for the Warsaw main freight station. And on the right, you can see line 20. Yeah, the line that we saw in the beginning of this video. I am so happy it's back. But unfortunately, both of these lines will end.
While editing this video, I realized how long this video actually is. This is the longest video I've ever made. This ride was really windy, so the least you can do is give this video a like. Note to self, Warszawa Gołąbki isn't bike accessible. Learn that the hard way.
This is practically the final station on this line. Warszawa Gołąbki. Not technically, because technically this line ends here, 1.12 kilometers away from the station. But what was I supposed to do? Trespass on hilly terrain? This station, Warszawa Gołąbki, is technically not in Warsaw and in the village Mory. This station is named after the neighborhood Gołąbki in the district of Ursus, the safest district in Warsaw. I have arrived at the station and I still have all my teeth, as you can see. Also, I didn't get mugged and I wasn't forced to join a gang. Here's the platform, so on and on. I could have taken the bus instead if it was going to be 3 minutes late. Let's go, my train finally arrived. This station is on railway line 3 and it goes all the way to Kunowice. That's a town next to the border with Germany. The line is 475 kilometers long, so it's separated into 20 different sections. I won't name all of them because I'll lose my voice, so I'll just put them on the screen for a few seconds. You might have noticed these other tracks. Why are they here? These two tracks are a connector between line 3 and line 509.
Because line 3 goes to Ursus Północny. These two on the platform are the line 3 tracks, and these two at the bottom are the line 19 tracks. And they are,
I guess you can say, a continuation of line 509. It connects line 509 and line 20 with line 1.
It's for trains that want to go through line 509, but don't want to go to line 3, and instead to line 1.
Well, that's about it for this railway line. Stay tuned for the next video. For now, goodbye.